She's bitter because society's standards, in her view, don't allow black women to just walk around with their natural hair. That is bullshit. Black women can walk around with whatever hair they want. Only in Michelle Obama's warped mind do white people not like them unless their hair looks like white hair. And here's the other thing. The nerve of this woman to pretend that black women are the only women who have to spend a bunch of time getting their natural hair to, quote, conform to these alleged society standards. Because virtually every woman I know, every woman spends a shit ton of time on her hair and wants it to look better than God made it. It's not a black thing. It's a human thing, and it's especially a woman thing. But she's always reducing everything to race.
Last year in 2024.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and two things can be right at the same time. Right now, usually I'd be on Michelle Obama's side. However, she was the first lady. Even if she ran for president, I don't think your hair is a matter of like a big matter. Why? Because you're in a position of power and authority. So that doesn't apply to you. Now, I seen this shit a couple weeks ago, and I was going to like treat it like the sun, not look at it. And when Michelle Obama was on some speaking engagement, she says why she chose not to wear braids or natural styles during time in the White House. I wasn't sure the country was ready for it. And it's like, that's stupid. Once again, you were in a position of power. It wouldn't have mattered. And like they was already calling you a monkey and Obama gay. So like what, and you dealt with that. So like the hair thing would have been the least of your worries. So I'm kind of with Megyn Kelly. However, like I said, two things can be right at the same time. Michelle Obama was right as it pertains to black women, not her in particular, which was stupid to make an argument because it doesn't apply to you, but I digress. Megyn Kelly's fucking stupid because while all that shit she said is true, the first half, I ain't gonna lie, she got had me. Second half, she was wrong because black women can't go into fucking the office with an afro. Most places don't want you to go in there with afros. Hell, like the woman in that video, and if I had played the rest of it, you would have heard it. But the woman said that they literally passed the Crown Act, I want to say in 2021 or some shit like that, where it literally states that a black woman could wear a natural hair, i.e. locks, braids, afros, and whatever other natural style you can conjure up. But yeah, like none of that applies to Michelle Obama, so she could have done that. Now the reason I actually even slowed down to actually address this shit is because they followed up with another article from Bossip or Baller Alert. It says, would you vote for them as the next president and vice president? And this segues into that because no, I wouldn't. The fact that Michelle Obama equated her plight with her natural hair to the plight of black women throughout the country shows that she's not really good at compartmentalizing. Any person that conflates an issue, right? If you don't know what the fuck conflate means, go get a dictionary. But for all the slow learners, I'll break it down to you. If you combine two things that are unrelated as it pertains to you, right, then I have to dismiss what the fuck you saying because you sound crazy, right? Equating black women not being able to wear their natural styles to you not being in the White House with natural styles because of the criticism, not necessarily the penalty like most black women face, shows that you don't have a fucking good sense of distinction, differentiation, and any other fucking adjective that can describe a person that's scatterbrained, right? But aside from all that, it says, would you vote for them as the next president, vice president? Well, we can already eliminate Michelle Obama as the next president. That's a dub. Kamala Harris, that's a dub also. I wouldn't vote for her, even though I ain't gonna lie, at 61 she looked kind of good, but I wouldn't vote for her because she was an idiot. And it wasn't because she was a woman. I had a woman tell me during the election or after the election, was like, oh, you didn't vote for Kamala because she's a woman. To which I had to correct the woman. I didn't vote for Kamala not because she was a woman. That has nothing to do with it. I love women. That's my shit. Anybody who watches my podcast knows. I didn't vote for her because she was a dumb woman. Now, if you're a dumb anything, man, woman, even child, and some animals, I'm not gonna you're not gonna be in my best interest. I'm not fucking with you, especially if you're in a position of power. All her politics had to do with trans rights and all that shit. Then when she got her ass on TV talking about she wasn't going to do things just for black people, that was clearly a dub. I can't co-sign that, because any person that would go out of their way to say that they wouldn't do things for the people that they're pandering to and trying to pretend like they are by cosplaying clearly doesn't have a grip on reality. Her friend here, Michelle Obama's husband, did things specifically for LGBT people. Like, that's a specific segment of the population. Hell, even during the COVID, the anti-COVID bill or whatever the fuck, I don't know exactly what it was titled as, but it was known as the anti-Asian bill, right? Anti-Asian act, right? Because during COVID, because Donald Trump was going around talking about it was the China flu and this, that, and the third, people was attacking Asian people of any descent, right? Korean, China, Japanese, and so on and so forth, right? He even had a white dude go up into a massage parlor and gun down 8 Chinese women. That happened in Atlanta, where I live. So they passed that. Aside from that, they passed the bill because, like I said, Chinese or Asian people were being stigmatized with it being the China flu, and people weren't patronizing their masseuse parlors and nail shops and Asian restaurants, right? They had started losing money. So the people that represent the Asians had got with Biden and Kamala, and they passed a damn law. They even arrested a black woman for threatening a Chinese woman in New York. And she didn't threaten to beat the woman up. She was just calling the woman out her name. They arrested her for a hate crime using the anti-Asian hate bill. And they never tried to pass anything for black people, right? No anti-black laws. Even though we got Civil Rights Act, motherfuckers is still coming up hung in trees throughout America. Even right now, police are shooting unarmed black people that wasn't criminals, may I mind you, with impunity. They wasn't doing shit and addressing the issue. Hell, I want to say that most of the cops that shot unarmed black people was been arrested underneath Trump's administration, with the exception of Derek Chauvin, and the only reason they indicted him is because it was pressure, because people were protesting, rioting, looting, and burning shit. So yeah, wouldn't vote for either one of them because they're puppets and they have no clear direction. Kamala's an idiot, and while Michelle Obama I still think is relatively smart and has well-meaning intentions for black people, I think just like her husband, she just ain't gonna do shit. Being well-meaning doesn't mean shit if you don't do shit. So that's why I think Obama's a scumbag, because you can talk all that and give lip service, like unless you doing something, you ain't saying shit. You saying a whole bunch of sweet nothings. And pardon me, but if I'm getting fucked, I want to know if I'm wearing my lipstick, if my lipstick looks good. In any event, if y'all like this episode, you know what to do, and I'm out.